Life changing advice, episode 32 is meditate on scriptures daily. So you can, it's easy, right? There's so many ways God has blessed man to figure out ways to help us to meditate on scriptures. You can just read directly from the Bible every single day. You can use your concordance, and you can meditate on scripture based on topic. You can meditate on your favorite scriptures. You can meditate on what it is that you're believing God for. There are, you can, your daily Bible reading, you can find a scripture and meditate on it. You can use whatever it is that you're going through. You can stand on the scripture. You can meditate on scriptures based on the topic, subject, story. There's all different ways that you can find a scripture to meditate on. But I believe that meditating on scriptures, it pulls us away from stuff that's negative. It grows our faith. If we're intentional and we're focused and we are believe in God, we're emotionally affected by the scripture, we can say with our mouth what the scripture is. And I realize that sometimes you're meditating on the scripture in your head, but I like to put it on an index card and then read it aloud if I can. But if not, I can read scripture to myself. The important thing is to read the scripture and really believe God, and to ask God for revelation, for wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the scripture. But I think it's important that we meditate on scriptures daily so that we have comfort in knowing that God is there, that He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. But whatever the scripture is for you, just meditate on scriptures daily. It could be the same scripture for a week. It could be the same scripture for however long you want. But I believe there is value in meditating on scriptures every single day, meditating on what God says. I think that the meditating, it helps us to have a closer relationship with God because we believe God more. The more we say the scripture, I think it helps us to grow because we're we have so many thoughts every single day that's unconscious, right? We're saying these things, we're beating ourselves up, we make a mistake and we'll say it with our mouths, right? But I believe that garbage in, garbage out. So I believe that the more scripture we put inside of us, the more scripture comes out, the more we can help somebody else. Maybe the lady, the cashier, maybe the gas attendant, whatever it is, person at the movies. The more scriptures we take in, the more we have encouraging word. And it may not be the exact scripture, but we have an encouraging word for somebody. There's no way we could take the scriptures in intentionally, loving God, wanting to be the best that He wants us to be, showing His love and kindness all over, grace and mercy, and we don't say scriptures to somebody else. We don't have an encouraging word for somebody else. We will, And so meditate on scriptures every single day. I remember when I was sick and I had COVID, when it first COVID came out, and I was in the hospital. I was sick at home for, I don't know, maybe a few days. And I remember the only thing I could do was to go over scripture in my head, just meditating on scriptures for more than 24 hours. That's what I was doing. That's the only thing I knew to do. And so I think there's value in doing that because you have that to go back to. You have those scriptures to go back to. You have those scriptures to use today. But I'm saying the more you meditate on scriptures, the more scriptures you're going to memorize, and the more you will have them in your mind when you need them yourself, but especially to help other people. So meditate on scriptures every single day.